Hey guys, Rexlent here. Welcome to another video, this time for the collab character for Cyberpunk Edgerunner. So this video will cover both Lucy and Rebecca, 2-in-1 guide, and of course, I'm sure there are some of you that are new to Wuthering Waves for the collab. Welcome to the game. So as usual, I'll go straight into how to play Lucy and Rebecca and just cut out all the technical stuff and just make it into layman's term. So I'll make it extra basic today in this video for the newcomers to the game. So first things first, I'll start with Lucy. Lucy is a main DPS spectral character, spectral element. Now she's actually really simple to play. First things first, basic attack. So basic attack will be left click. This is her basic attack. So you just spam left click all the way and you will see this. And then for her resonance skill, I will just call it the E skill now, E shortcut. E skill, this is her E skill. So you can see how there's a 15 seconds cooldown. But then it resets to no cooldown at all. That 15 seconds cooldown only happens when she hits a target. And then there will be a follow-up. So you can press E, and then when it hits a target, you can press E again. Now let's get straight into combat. So to play Lucy, it's very simple. First of all, you need to fill up the gauge at the bottom here. And how it's filled up is you simply do attack or using her E skill. So what you do is you do E skill twice. E skill, see how it's glowing again? E skill one more time. And just spam attack. Spam attack all the way until the bar at the bottom is full. Now that it's full, shiny button shows up. Shiny button E skill. Just press shiny button. Very simple. Now it would become a red gauge, red empty gauge. And then you just repeat the same thing again. Spam basic attack until the red gauge is full. Now you see the next shiny button on my left click. So it won't activate when you tap left click. What you do is you hold left click and you hold it all the way until she does the landing attack. So she's gonna jump up and then she lands. That's how you know it's finished. And that's it. You're done with her rotation. Now her ultimate is shiny. So press R for ultimate. She goes into Hackerman mode. Over here you can select different hacks, but what you do is just press left click all the way. They already optimized all the best damage at the top. So you just press left click all the way, and that's it. That's it for Lucila's combo. You just, same thing, just E skill twice. Spam basic until bar is full. And then press shiny button. That's the gist of it. Just spam basic, press shiny button. Spam basic, press shiny button. And then press shiny ultimate. And then spam left click all the way. That's it for Lucy's playstyle. Very simple. Alright, now let's talk about Rebecca. So Rebecca is a sub DPS. She's hybrid DPS and support specifically for Lucy. And Rebecca is also pretty simple. Starting with basic attack. When you left click, she starts with her pistols, her dual pistols. And then when you press her E skill, she's gonna switch to her shotgun. So Rebecca is pretty technical. You can switch between shotgun and pistol freely. Just press E every time, and then she'll change again. So anytime you press E skill, she changes weapons. Like so. So she's also very simple to play. As long as you see shiny button at the bottom, just press it. Press shiny button. See shiny E, press shiny E, and then you'll get a buff. And then just keep attacking enemy. So now I have no enemies. Let me show you what happens when I attack an enemy. So when you attack enemy, the gauge at the bottom will fill. So just keep attacking them until it's full, and then left click will be shiny. When left click is shiny, just press and hold left click. She'll do this, and then you'll be ready. You can do ultimate. And once you're in this ultimate, just press and hold left click all the way. Hold it all the way down. All the way down, and then she'll finish with this. That's it. Very simple. Now you may see how come her E skill is shiny at times. It's because she has two gauges. So I already talked about the gauge at the top, the purple gauge. That purple gauge is filled up by attacking enemies, like so. The gauge at the bottom, the cyan gauge, that fills up over time. Or when she does her enhanced basic attack. Or when she does her intro. So when it's full at the bottom, you press her E skill to do an enhanced weapon switch. And then she'll get a buff with it. That's it. So you see how it goes back down again? Now it's draining. And let's see what happens when it's empty. So now it's empty. The buff is also gone. And now it'll continually recharge like this over time. And then see how I do whole basic. It charges up even more. And now it's full again. I can do her enhance weapon switch again. and get buffs again. That's it for Rebecca. Very, very simple. Just same as Lucy. Just spam attack until shiny button. Press shiny button. If you're new to the game, if you press the shiny button and nothing happens, it means you hold the shiny button. Either press or hold until the shiny button is gone. So Wuthering Waves is actually quite easy to pick up. Of course, there's a bit of a skill ceiling when you want to go really technical, but to pick up a character, it's not that hard. Just fill the gauge, press shiny button. That's it. And if you're still unsure for other characters, in case if you want to play other characters and you don't know how to play them, you can look over here down to the gauge. You see how the purple gauge up here, and then to the right of it, it shows a whole left click. That's how you know. So other characters as well. You see for Lucy, the bar all the way at the end of the bar, press E. That's how you know how to play them. For Mornier as well, whole left click. So it's pretty intuitive. In case if you don't know how to play any other character, it's always fill the bar, press the button that's shown here to spend the bar. That's it for Lucy and Rebecca's basic playstyle. Now let's talk about the extra gimmicks on these two characters, starting with Lucy. So for Lucy, when she doesn't take any damage for 8 seconds, you see how she gets a buff over here? That means that she gets one instance of auto dodge. She will automatically dodge any incoming attack if you didn't dodge it yourself. So let me illustrate. Like so. I'm not gonna do anything. Hands free. See how she dodges it? So for 8 seconds, if you don't get hit for 8 seconds, she gets back the stack again. So actually very forgiving. See how I got the stack again? Right now I'm manually dodging, but if I don't dodge, she'll automatically dodge and negate the damage. So that's a pretty good thing for Lucy. And also if you hold her basic attack, she's gonna tie the enemy up. Like so. Cool pose. So that's her heavy attack. And then for Rebecca, Rebecca is also pretty cool. Rebecca, when you dodge with Rebecca without doing anything, she will do the basic dodge, like so. However, if you're doing a dodge after any attack, let's say I'm attacking like this. See how her dodge is different? Like that. It's really cool because when she dodges during that, she does damage to them. This is her tactical dodge. So to activate tactical dodge, simply do any attack and then immediately press dodge after. So this works for both weapons. This is with the shotgun, like that. If I switch weapon with E to the pistol, and then I dodge. See, she shoots and dodge with pistol. Just be mindful of your dodge stamina to not spam it too much or else it'll get red, like so. And then another thing for Rebecca is her heavy attack differs between the weapon that she holds. So if she has her pistol out, just hold basic attack. She'll do this. Infinite shooting. And you can still dodge doing this. Tactical dodge. Pretty cool. And then if you do it the same for shotgun, shotgun will be a sliding attack. Like so. Shotgun will just be one hit. So this is a whole attack for pistol. And then whole attack for shotgun. Now another thing is Echo. Echo skill is things that we can equip in the stat page I'll talk about later. So their special Echo would be Atom Smasher's Echo. Once you have it, for Lucy and Rebecca, it will be unique effects. For Lucy, when you press Q for the Echo, when you just tap Q, it's going to be a AoE damage. Let me show you. So I just tap Q. It's going to be just simple shockwave damage. However, if you hold Q, she's going to go into Sandevistan. That's right, unique only to Lucy. When you equip Atom Smasher's Echo on Lucy and you hold Q, this is what happens. Sandevistan. And then enemies around her will also take damage. So it's a pretty cool gimmick. And then for Rebecca, it's different. For Rebecca, if you press Q, she's going to shoot missiles. Like so, homing missiles. So that's it for Rebecca. Just tap Q. Only Lucy has two effects. Tap Q for shockwave and hold Q for Sandevistan. Very, very cool. Now that you pretty much know how they're played, this is the optimal team. Mornier, Rebecca, and Lucy. So if you don't have Mornier, you can also opt for Shorekeeper, Rebecca, and Lucy. And if you don't have Shorekeeper, then Verena, Rebecca, and Lucy. But in this example, I will show you how to play them in Mornier's team. Now the sequence will be you start with Mornier, followed by Rebecca, followed by Lucy. The reason because Mornier will start with all the buffs, and then you switch to Rebecca, and Rebecca's outro will also buff Lucy. Alright, now I'll show you the rotation. You can refer to the cheat sheet on the screen. E will be Resonant Skill, R will be Ultimate, Q will be Echo, and then we'll start with Mornier. I'll break it down one by one for each character, okay? So for Mornier, you start with Mornier. What you do is 3 basic attack, and then you see how basic attack is glowing. You press and hold basic attack, she goes into the air. Now you press Ultimate. Next thing, press E skill. E skill. And then hold down basic attack all the way. She'll do all the combo herself. And then she will do this at the end. The big laser beam. And then she's already done. You can press her echo skill. And then you switch to Rebecca. Now Rebecca in. Spam basic attack all the way until the bar is full. And then shiny basic attack again. Hold basic attack. And then ultimate. Ultimate. Hold left click all the way. Just hold it down all the way. Aim at them. Hold it down. She'll finish like this. And then that's it. You're done. And for Lucy's part, Lucy, you come in. 2E skill. Spam basic all the way until the bar is full. Until you see shiny. Shiny E. Press shiny E. Spam basic all the way again until red bar is full. Now you have shiny basic attack. Hold basic attack all the way down until she jumps down like this. And then you're ready to use ultimate. Press ultimate. Spam left click. Spam left click. And then she finishes with the hack. And then after that, same thing. You bring Mornier in again. Ultimate. Hold down left click until she does the big laser beam. And then echo. And then Rebecca in. Rebecca spam basic until the bar is full. Shiny bar. And then hold basic again. And then rinse and repeat the whole thing again. And then you ultimate with Rebecca. Hold down ultimate. And then you bring Lucy in again. So that's pretty much it for the whole rotation. Very, very simple. So you can just refer to the cheat sheet over here for the input. Alright, now let's talk about building their echo sets for both Lucy and Rebecca. Starting with Lucy. So for Lucy, also Rebecca, for your 4-cost echo, you're gonna be using Adam Smasher's echo. So to get this echo, you can already farm him in the map. It's a unique 1-set echo. So it's only 1 set. And when Rebecca or Lucy equips this, they straight up get extra 15% crit rate. So this echo is a no-brainer to equip on them. And then as for the main stat, usually you will go for crit rate if you have their signature weapon. Just ensure that your crit rate to crit damage ratio is 1:2. So 4 cost will be Adam Smasher. And then now since it's a 1-cost piece, your remaining echo would be using 2 set effects. So since Rebecca is spectral, you can either go for double attack percentage, 2 set effect, or double spectral set effect, or you can be like me, 1 mix of attack percent, lingering tunes 2 set, and also celestial light 2 set. You can use any other element set as long as they also give like the spectral damage. So celestial light has spectral damage 10%. You can also go for eternal radiance, which also give spectral damage plus 10%. If you're a new player and you don't know how to farm them, just go to menu, click on data bank, and then click on the 3rd tab, and then you can see all the set effects here. This is the archive. And then you can click on the monster and then see where they are. So this is for new players out there or returning players. So yeah, again, for 4 costs, Adam Smasher. For the 3 costs and 1 cost, just make sure that you have 2 sets of either attack or spectral, either or. And then for the 3 cost main stat, you can just go for double spectral percentage, spectral main stat. And then for the 1 cost, you go for attack main stat. And then for the substat itself, prioritize having double crit first, followed by attack percentage, followed by heavy attack, and then flat attack and everything else. And then for energy regen, you want to get enough energy regen in your substats to get about 125% for Lucy. Now moving on to Rebecca. Rebecca is also very similar. Same thing, 4 cost Adam Smasher. Also same thing, 2 set effect, but instead of Spectral, you're going to substitute this with Electro. So you're going to put 2 set Void Thunder on Rebecca. And then the other 2 set, you can go for Lingering Tunes as well for the attack plus 10% 2 set effect. And the 3 cost effect will be Electro percentage, 2 Electro percentage. And then for the 1 cost main stat will be attack percentage. And then for the substats, you're going to go for same thing, double crit followed by attack percentage. And then for Rebecca, it will be basic attack bonus. And then followed by flat attack. and then everything else. And then for her energy regen, ideally, you want to hit 125% energy regen for her to have a rotation go smoothly. Now, when it comes to signature weapon, obviously, Lucy's signature weapon is the best for her. But if you don't have this, you can also opt for Galbrina's signature weapon. And if you don't have Galbrina's weapon, you can also head to the standard gacha banner and get the standard pistol. And if you couldn't get this, you can also settle for the BP pistol weapon. Now for Rebecca, Skull Thrasher, her signature weapon, of course, is the best for her. It helps with her support. But if you don't have that or you can't get that, and if you have Linne's weapon, you can also opt to use Linne's weapon as a substitute. And if you don't have that, you can also use Static Mist, the all standard 5-star pistol. Now for leveling their skills, top priority for both Lucy and Rebecca, you want to level their inherent skill 1 and 2. These two skills in the middle column, followed by Resonance Liberation, Forte Circuit, and Normal Attack. So that means the alt skill, the Forte skill, and normal attack. These three, top priority. Get them to level 10 as much as you can. The rest, Resonance skill and Intro skill, you can leave them at level 6, or you can just get them to level 10 as well. But top priority will be Forte, Liberation, and Normal Attack. Same for both characters, Lucy and Rebecca. Both of them have the same recommendation. Now, let's talk about their sequences, their duplicates, and what's the recommendation. For Lucy, S1 is not too huge. You can read this on your own. You can read all of this on your own, but I'll just cut it short. S2 is where she gets her RAM increased to 32. RAM is that resource when she does her ultimate, so that lets you activate everything when she's hacking. So S2 and S3 is huge. After that, you skip 4 and 5 and jump straight to 6 at that point. After 3, if you want any higher, the next breaking point would be 6 for the biggest damage. And for Rebecca, Rebecca is already good at S0. She already works as a good DPS support for Lucy. Otherwise, S2 is the next breakpoint for her, where she gives even more buffs as a sub DPS over here. As you can see, 20% all damage bonus for all resonators after she does her intro and all that. Anything beyond that would be playing Rebecca as a main DPS. As you can see on my own Rebecca, I made her all the way to F6 so that she can play as a main DPS. So if you want a guideline on pull recommendations for this collab, first things first, Rebecca is free, so everyone has Rebecca. After that, I recommend just getting one copy of Lucy so that the both of them can synergize with each other and you can play both of them together. After you get Lucy, if you want to go further than that, you can go get Lucy's signature weapon, her pistol. And after that, if you want even more of that, then it will be getting Lucy to S3. After Lucy is S3, you can go grab Rebecca's signature weapon and then get Rebecca to S2 for her best bonuses. And after that, at that point, it will be S6 for both characters. Lucy S6, Rebecca S6, and then you'll have a crazy time with the Edgerunners collab. But yeah, that concludes the crash course for both Lucy and Rebecca. Hopefully, this has been helpful to you in understanding how to play. Hopefully, also for the newcomers, you understand what I'm talking about. And if you're unsure on what to do in this collab, simply press this button up here. So hold alternate and press this party button up here. Or just press F1 on your keyboard. And then you can see everything here. So the first tab would be everything that has to do with the event. The second tab would be the free roles that you can claim daily. So on the first tab, just click on all this. It will direct to you everything Cyberpunk Edgerunners related. So this should be helpful for you in navigating around this event. And these are all the missions as well. And then you can claim these rewards for your name card. But yeah, apart from that, consider leaving a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if it's been helpful to you or if you have any questions. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.